All right, in my fourth period class, one student asked, well, can I make a solid come from a gas? And it turns out you can. It's pretty easy to do. If you've got some salt and you've got some ice cubes, you can take the ice cubes, put them in a cup of water, add 2 or 3 tablespoons of salt, okay, so that you have nice, super salty water. Because what's going to happen is the salt is going to force the ice cubes to melt at a lower temperature than they normally would. And as they melt, the liquid inside of the cup is going to be colder than the freezing temperature of water. And what will happen over time is that you'll get condensation, liquid condensation forming on the outside of the cup, but there's actually ice on the outside of this cup now. And if I move my finger up and down along the ice, I can force it to melt, but I can actually feel the ice on the outside of the cup. This is from water molecules that are in a gas state bumping up against the side of the super cold cup. They condense as a liquid from a gas state onto the sides of the cup, and then the liquid condensation loses even more energy because it's so cold in this salty water, and they become a solid, and you can actually feel the solid ice on the outside of the cup. This is definitely something you want to talk with your parents or guardians about, whoever you live with, before you start using a bunch of salt. But if they let you do it, it's a fun experiment to do, to make ice form on the outside of a cup after it has condensed, gone from a gas to a liquid, and then frozen from liquid condensation to solid ice on the outside. Pretty cool. Again, here's a close-up video of the ice that has formed on the outside of this glass. Again, the salt water inside has a much lower temperature than water normally freezes at. So this outside of the cup that is in contact with the ice water on the inside is really cold. And you can see that's where the condensation is forming, and that's where the liquid condensation is freezing. Above the level of that ice water, you don't really see any condensation because that's not so cold. Where the water molecules in the air are losing kinetic energy and condensing and eventually freezing is here on the outside of the cup, where the level is the same or below where the salty ice water is. Pretty cool.